On the news tonight, PDP commends Kogi West constituents over Senator Dino Malayi's recall saga. In business, power generation hits 5,090 megawatts in Nigeria. And on the foreign scene, Syrian government forces intensify airstrikes on Palestinian camps. Hello and warm welcome to you to Superscreen Primetime News, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Olamide Onwuka. Many thanks for joining us. The People's Democratic Party has commended constituents in Kogi West Senatorial District for resisting the move to recall Senator Dino Malayi from the Senate. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Kola Ologbondiyan, in a statement in Lokoja, said the people of Kogi West have shown that no individual can be greater than the collective will of the people. Ologbondiyan commended them for standing by Malayi and for showing to the world that the Okun-speaking Yoruba of Kogi are one and united in purpose. The PDP spokesman also thanked the indigents of Kogi West abroad for their encouragement to resist an attempt to disgrace their race. Suspected thugs have disrupted a gathering of some stakeholders of the All Progressive Congress (APC) loyal to Senator Suleiman Okoye, representing the Kaduna North Senatorial District of the Senate. The thugs, numbering about 10, stormed the hotel in Kaduna, attacking APC members, including those who lodged in the hotel. 5 persons sustained injury and were rushed to the Barao Diko Specialist Hospital in the state capital. The thugs, wielding dangerous weapons, touched the main hall where they vandalized some properties of the hotel, while party members and supporters jumped through the windows and other emergency exit points. The lawmakers, who had earlier addressed the stakeholders meeting from the Southern Kaduna Senatorial District, noted that there is a need for a change of guard at Kaduna Government House come 2019. The home of President General of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chief Nwodo, has been bombed by unidentified persons. Report says the explosion, which razed part of the building at Uke town in Nsukka, was triggered by an improvised explosive device. Enugu State Police Command Police Public Relations Officer Ebere Amarazu, who confirmed the development, told journalists that the police had already commenced investigations to unravel the circumstances surrounding the incident. Youth and supporters of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and the People's Democratic Party (PDP) have clashed at the Benin airport over the motion moved by Senator representing Edo South Senatorial District Matthew Orogide. Speaking to journalists at the airport, Senator Matthew Orogide explained that he called for the impeachment of the president by seeking the invocation of Section 143 of the Nigeria's Constitution. The PDP supporters were at the airport to give a rousing welcome to the senator for moving the motion for the senator to begin the impeachment proceedings against President Muhammadu Buhari.
Boy of no consequence, to lay his hands on me, an elected representative of the people, a serving senator in this country. So it's a shame on this country. And I want to tell you that the whole world is saying it. And I've followed this part of the law. Incidentally, it happened in the very presence of the state governor. The commissioner of police in the state was there.
The tension was rife as more supporters besieged the airport, either for the APC or the PDP. Both sides sang anti-President Buhari and anti-PDP songs, which led to subsequent attacks by both supporters.
And I was trying to tell my guys to be calm. As I was talking to them, I didn't know some good more from APC. They came from another place. They fought with me, over 10 of them. They fought with me, and the police, they were all standing, they were looking. The army, they were all standing, they were looking, because I knew they were working under instruction. Because immediately the whole thing happened, they told me to tell my boys to go outside. Why they allowed the APC?
The situation was later put under control with the presence of police commissioner and his officers and men who had to personally stand between the protesters to prevent a total fee for all. The United Labour Congress (ULC) has urged Nigerian workers to collect their permanent voters cards (PVC) and be fully involved in the 2019 general elections in order to chase out any anti-Labour government. Chairman, Lagos chapter of the union, Tokunbo Kurudu, gave the advice in an interview with the journalist in Lagos. According to the chairman, votes can go a long way to change government that is workers friendly, only if the workers have their permanent voters cards. In churches from different denominations under the umbrella of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, on Sunday in Ibadan, embarked on a peaceful protest against the incessant killings by suspected herdsmen in the country. You will recall that Reverend Olashupo Ayokunle had, in a statement on April 25th, urged Christians to hold peaceful protests within their church premises. Chairman of a CAN in Oyo State, Pastor Benjamin Akomus, told journalists that members were directed to stage the protest in compliance with the directives by the national body. Akomu said the protest was limited to the vicinity of the churches in order to prevent it from being hijacked by hoodlums. Catholic Bishop of Makurdi Diocese, Most Reverend Wilfred Anagbe, has advised Christians in Benue State to remain faithful to the tenets of their religion and avoid reprisal attacks in spite of provoked ones on the Christian Church. The advice was contained in a message to all parishes under the Diocese of Makurdi. Anagbe described the killings as an act of sacrilege, saying Joseph Gore, one of the murdered priests, was actually in the process of consecrating the Eucharist when herders struck and killed him in cold blood. He expressed optimism that their deaths will never go unpunished and urged Christians to continue to offer prayers for the peace of the country and of the state. Kaduna State Police Command says 10 miners were killed by gunmen in Benengwari local government area. State Commissioner of Police Austin Awar, who disclosed this to journalists, said 10 local miners were working in a minefield in Mahanga village in Benengwari when the gunmen attacked and killed them. Awar added that the situation is now under control and that the security operatives have been posted to flashpoints to forestall reprisal attacks. He also said no arrest has been made while investigation is ongoing to unravel the circumstances surrounding the incident. The commissioner assured the public that the suspects will be arrested and prosecuted appropriately. Youth in River State took to the streets of Port Harcourt with the aim of sensitizing the public on the need to get their permanent voters card and to canvass the support for the governor, Nyesom Wike. Conveners of a group, Edison Ehie and Major Jack, advised the youths to shun violence and get their PVCs, which is a visa to expressing their rights as Nigerian citizens.
This is a political evangelism. We are spreading the message. We are telling everyone to go and get their PVC, get set, so that when the election comes, we will vote, defend our vote, ensure that we have been counted, and His Excellency returns to bring us for a second term. We are sensitizing the entire Rivers people on the developmental efforts, the strides and achievements of His Excellency. Yes, or is there 1 week?
Nigerian government said the youths are lazy. The youths of River State are saying we are not lazy. No violence, no violence, no violence. They all know that we don't have choice than to get our PVC and vote in for CON 2013. He has carried the youths along in the stream of light. Every government comes with its own package. His government is the package with the youth.
Some of the youths also expressed readiness ahead of the elections coming up in the state.
What we are doing in River State, decided to come out and give their PVCs to Governor Nyesom Wike. Our PVCs, and everybody here has a PVC. The only thing that we believe in is we believe in good governance. We will resist any intimidation. We will come out, we will be at our polling and we will defend our votes. We're not going to stay back home. We will stand at our polling and make sure the votes are properly counted and registered.
We are prepared for the forthcoming general election 2019. We want to make the world know that we, the youth, just like what our president said, that the youth are not lazy. So we want to make the world understand that the youth are not lazy. We are fully prepared for the election. Come rain, come shine, we are prepared for the election. We will make sure our vote counts and we will protect our vote.
The 1 million walk started from Agri Road and finished in Garrison, all in Port Harcourt. The 6th Division of the Nigerian Army Port Harcourt concluded its 4-day inter-formation sports competition. A competition which is aimed at boosting the physical and mental capacity of soldiers saw different platoons participate in different sports. Guest speaker at the Games, Air Vice Marshal Okechukwu Ntukogo, who spoke during the closing ceremony of the Games, said the competition has improved team spirit, endurance and esprit de corps amongst troops.
The aim of the sporting competition is really like cheap. We're able to see the professionalism, discipline, esprit de corps, comradeship among the participants. Even those that are losing, they are still showing more effort. Those that won show a lot of respect for those that lost. That is it. And the comradeship and the esprit de corps we show today and what we have built today, I hope we will continue with it, because this is what the main aim of this competition, to bring us together, show us that we are one.
At the end of the inter-formation sports competition, which featured activities like football, basketball, combat race, volleyball and swimming amongst others, the 56th Signal Brigade came first. 16th Brigade took second position, with the 6th Division Garrison coming in third place. Coming up on Superscreen News 8, power generation hits 5,090 megawatts in Nigeria. Details of this story and more coming your way after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now for some business stories. Latest documents obtained from Nigeria's power system operator indicates that peak electricity generation grossed the 5,000 megawatts mark last week. According to the reports, peak power generation of 5,090 megawatts was recorded on April 26th, which is the highest quantum of electricity ever witnessed on the national grid since the beginning of the year. An analysis of the documents obtained in Abuja on Friday showed power generation moved up gradually from the 2,298.9 megawatts that was recorded on April 20th and peaked at 5,090 on April 26, 2018. It was also gathered that the average power sent out on April 26 was 4,326 megawatts per hour, up by 246.86 megawatts from the previous day figures. The Nigerian Export Promotion Council says Nigerians are exporting goods worth over $40 billion information every year. Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the NEPC, Segun Awolowo, stated this in Lagos during a visit to the President, Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce and Industries, Mines and Agriculture. Awolowo said the council had initially estimated such trade at $8 billion annually, but going by the calculation of the International Trade Center in Geneva, over $40 billion worth of goods were informally exported. He also said in order to aid small businesses, the federal government has introduced the Export Development Fund, a pre-shipment incentive that will help startups to grow and export. Still in business, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, has called on the federal government to scale up its level of funding support for industrial country program. The UNIDO representative in Nigeria and regional director, Jean Bankole, said in an interview with a journalist on the sidelines of the agency's validation of the program for the 2018 to 2022. The program, which is the second intervention of UNIDO in Nigeria, is expected to go up about $50 million and will commence in July. It was gathered that the first program for UNIDO in Nigeria is worth about $30 billion, covering the period of 2013 to 2016. UNIDO intervention in Nigeria is focused on developing policies and strengthening of regulatory frameworks, developing databases, enhancing the ease of doing business in the country. Still ahead tonight, Syrian government forces intensifies airstrikes on Palestinian camps. These and many more stories coming your way after the break. Stay with us.